Hi everyone, this is Charity. Welcome to Scrap Fair Knits. This episode is going to be entitled The Third Time's a Charm, because this is the third time I've tried to get up an actual episode. I shot a little tester pilot episode, which I was pretty happy with, and then I posted it on the wrong YouTube channel. I posted it on my paper crafting YouTube channel, so I didn't get a lot of feedback or anything, but it was fun, and the podcasting community is definitely something that I want to be a part of, so there you go. I have been knitting for, hard and heavy, I guess, for a year. I really got into it a lot the last year. Sadly, I got into it after my father died. I actually still have the project I was working on when he was in the hospital half done. It's a hoe, it's a glove, and I kind of feel like I should just frog it, but I don't want to mess with it. But ever since kind of that time, it's been my number one crafty hobby, and I really appreciate how calming and relaxing it is, because the passing of a parent is a very stressful time, and I've really been thinking about that lately, because very shortly it's going to be the 1 year anniversary, but that might be a little too much personal information to share on the first episode. So I'll put a link in the down bar to the pilot episode, and if you decide you want to see a really horrible episode, you're welcome to watch that. I've got a couple of finished objects for you today. I know you can see there's a little flaw here if you're super picky, but this is my first shawl. This is, of course, The Hitchhiker by Martina Behm, and this is knit out of Indigo Dragonfly in the beige colorway, and I absolutely love this colorway. This yarn was gifted to me in a swap that I did with Knit One Geek Two podcast group, and this yarn was gifted to me from a very sweet person that I consider my knitty friend now, and she lives in Canada, and I like to say Canada, and so I hope nobody thinks that's insulting. But anyway, I love this yarn. It is so soft, and this pattern was so much fun, and it was so easy. It was a great first shawl pattern, so if you haven't knit a shawl yet, I highly recommend a Martina Behm pattern. This one, super duper easy. And I used up like all my yarn. I don't even have enough to knit into a blanket square left. It's less than 2 grams. But I have it in case I can figure out something to do with it. So, this is another finished object that I finished recently. I finished it in time for the Pin Feathers and Pearls Stripey Socks Cowl. This is yarn by Lollipop Yarns. It is self-striping, and it does come with heels and toes. Usually it's a contrasting heel and toe, but this one, the pink really kind of matches. So I did my cuffs and my toes in that matching ball, but the cuffs maybe I did the cuffs too. I didn't remember putting it on up there. I had to redo the cuffs because they weren't stretchy enough when I first finished. I guess I was really tense that day. So I had to re-knit them with a size bigger needle, and now they fit fine. I do block my socks just because I got these super cool sock blockers, and I like to use them, so they're good for showing off on the podcast too. This is just an afterthought heel. I had a lot of heel trouble with those socks for some reason. It's the third pair I've done for me, the fourth pair I've ever knit. And I was trying to do a different heel. I'd done a Fish Lips Kiss heel in my previous socks, and I really enjoyed it, but I was trying to do, I don't know, it was a heel pattern out of a book that I have, and I don't have the book with me, so I'll put the link to the book that I used in the show notes. It wasn't Sock Architecture, it was another sock book that a lot of people have, but for some reason it just wasn't working out for me. And so finally, I think I tried to do the heel I wanted to do twice, and it wasn't working. I tried to go back and do a Fish Lips Kiss heel, and I couldn't make it work. And so finally, I just ripped it back, and I said, I'm just going to do put in a line for an afterthought heel and do an afterthought heel, because I know I can do that. Worked out fine. So I'm not going to give up trying new heels. I just, after trying several times in the same sock, I just got really, really frustrated. So that's my other finished object I have to show you. I'm working on a couple of things right now. I'm working on a shawl that is a late birthday gift for a friend of mine, and it has some boo-boos in it, so I'm going to show those to you. This is another Martina Bam shawl. This is the Brickless, and it really does, blocking really is kind of a miracle worker with knitted objects. So this kind of looks weird, but this yarn is the Fermata yarn from Molly Girl Yarn, and it is an alpaca silk linen blend. I am using Carbon's needles for this because those are the ones I started it with. I think I would prefer, I have some wooden needles, I think I would prefer either those so it just glides easier, or some solid metal needles. I'm not unhappy with it, but there's several places I've dropped stitches, and I got quite a bit of ways. Like I dropped stitches here, and I realized it after I started this, so I've tied it, and I'll just kind of weave that in, and I don't think you'll be able to tell. I think it's a good fix. It will be after I weave in all the ends and stuff. But I did that down here in the same sort of section. I dropped a stitch and didn't notice it until I was way past. And I try to pay attention when I'm on that section, because it's, you know, it's the place where I've been making mistakes. But anyway, so it's 4 repeats of each of the 1, 2, 3 sections. I've started, no, it's 5 repeats. So I'm on the 4th repeat. The lacy part is the first one. So this is the 5th lace repeat, and then I'll go through each of the others and then do the lace again, and then I'll be done. So I'm really close to being done with that. Her birthday was last week, so yay, almost done with that. And then, because I've been having kind of a rough knitting week, which is not good because my knitting is my thing that calms me down, I haven't done the clue for this yet. But I feel better showing it to you all this week after the second clue is out. It's a mystery knit along with Sylvia Harding. This is the Layer Cake shawl. I'm making mine out of Hazelnut's Entice, and well, the color A is the Hazelnut's Entice, so this is the right side. This is clue 1, and this is clue 1 complete. I had this finished by Thursday last week, so I was real excited. I think I finished it on Wednesday even. I love it. And so Clue 2 came out last Friday, and I went to New York to be with my husband's family for Passover. So I did not print it and take it because that's not conducive to paying attention to beading. But I'll show you the second color, which is Pollen by Hedgehog Fibers. I'm in love with this yellow for some reason. Like, I want a lot of this. I like it with the pink hair. My pink hair is only about a month old. It needs a touch up now, but you know, I never had pink hair before, and I love it. But anyway, this yellow, amazing. So it smells good. I want to make myself something to wear around my face out of that yellow because I'm in love with it. Do you ever fall in yarn love? I feel like you do. I feel like you would not be here if you don't. And then I normally have a pair of socks on the needles. But are you a Monty Python fan? Did you know there's a penguin on the television? Occasionally you get a penguin on your television. What? And I've been trying to knit what I'm calling my Mayflower socks. Oh, sorry. And it's a Dana Gervais, I guess that's how you say her name. She's really, really sweet. Pattern. And it's cuff down socks. It's a really simple pattern. I've never knit pattern socks before. And they have this panel, this garter stitch, this plain panel on the front where you embroider flowers when they're finished. And I am using Carbon's size 1 2.25 millimeter needles. And here's my problem. This is Knit Pick Stroll in the Peapod colorway, and I specifically ordered this green for these socks because I love this colorway. It is so splitty, so splitty, and I dropped a whole bunch of stitches in the car last weekend, and I tried for a couple hours to pick them up in the car, and I finally gave up. So I'm going to be frogging these. And I really, honestly, and truly think that it is maybe the needles. I like these needles. They are really grippy, and I think maybe the points just aren't sharp enough because this yarn is so splitty. Like, I can see every place where it's snagged and it's all bubbled up, and I really don't like it, and it might block out. And if it will, please let me know, because it's kind of a lot of work to be ripping out, but I made the decision. Like, I don't like them anymore. They make me unhappy. I want to knit the pattern because I love the pattern, and I do have some more yarn here that's a greenish color because I really wanted them in green because I love green. But I can't deal with that yarn with those needles. So I was gonna give it another go. Maybe just knit a swatch with some other needles and see if that works out better for me. But I'm really frustrated by the yarn. I wanted it to work out really well. I know I've heard some other podcasters say that's not their favorite yarn for socks. But then some people say they like it. So I don't know. Let me know what you think. Because I'm definitely frogging what I have now. I'm just really unhappy with how they look. But I'm not opposed to trying them again with different needles. And I'm having a little bit of trouble right now because I want to knit everything. There's so many shawl patterns out right now that I want to knit. They keep coming out with new ones that I want to knit. I have a ton of stuff in my queue. There's a lot of fabulous knit-alongs going on that I want to participate in, and I don't know what to do, but I'm almost through with my one gift shawl, so I'll be casting on something else soon. I have some socks that I can't talk about right now that I'm test knitting, and I cannot even show you the yarn, and I can't, here's what I will say. If you like a specific designer's patterns, let her know, or him, because they all need test knitters at some point, and if you fangirl enough when they need test knitters, you can get in on it, and it's very exciting. Or it's exciting to me. I test knit a baby sweater the end of last year. Yeah, it was the end of last year. And it was great. It was someone whose work I had admired, and she's kind of a beginning designer. She's done a few patterns, but this was her first children's sweater that she published, and I had a great time knitting it. It's the only sweater I've ever finished. I would like to knit a couple more baby sweaters. There's a couple of babies that I need to gift who are going to be born, relatively soon, next couple of months. So just let people know that you're interested in doing test knits for them. Let them know you like their work, and maybe you'll get a chance to do some. That being said, I'm really excited about the socks that I'm test knitting. I have a pattern picked out for the Grocery Girls May cast on something new in a pair of socks. And that is, I don't have it with me, it's a Lattes and Llamas kit for the Queen Bee socks. I got that. I bought it at a little festival in Maryland last month. So super excited about my Queen Bee socks. I love them. I'm a fan of Lattes and Llamas. If you don't know who that is, Google them. Look them up on Ravelry. They do the hashtag GeekAlong, which is a fabulous charity to knit for, donate money to, whatever. And they're just awesome people, and they do good work. I'm going to take pictures of my stash for Shannon. I'm a big fan of Shannon over at, I forgot the name of Shannon's podcast. Is it Socksetera? I think it's Socksetera. But anyway, she wanted people to show their stash. I'm gonna say this is most of my stash, but I have one more different shaped basket that I keep in the living room. I don't know why it's different. I keep it in the living room, and I keep everything else in here, and I've been dipping mostly from back here. But this basket is, I have a t-shirt quantity of a linen, no, of a cotton acrylic blend that I bought last year. I've never knit a t-shirt for myself, and that was on sale at my LYS. And I've got lots of specialty yarns I've picked up. This has some Knit Picks cotton. It has some acrylics some people have given me, and it has there's some sock yarns in there too. And then I have a plethora of stuff that's mostly sock yarn because the majority of my stash is sock yarn. And this also has some I think it's DK. It's either DK or worsted weight. I have some Lolo Did It. I know the grocery girls were fangirling. These are some leftovers. I made a hat I call my Funfetti hat. It's the In Transit pattern by Innisnit Megan is all I can remember right now. But anyway, and I love it. I love the color. Can't remember what this color is called, but it looks like Funfetti to me. The hat turned out gorgeous, and this is her Purple Rain colorway. I made a hat on my project page. It's called the there's a piece of something from the floor, I'm sure, where I picked this basket up. But anyway, I made a hat called the Minnesota Vikings hat for a work friend of mine. I knit all my coworkers' hats last year. Where's my Monsters Ink yarn? Oh, here it is. This is the Party Like It's 1999 colorway, and she gets told a lot that this is Sully from Monsters Inc. But isn't that fabulous? The camera's kind of blowing it out a little bit. Anyway, I love this ooh, that looked good with the hair too. Love that colorway. I have plenty left. I need to make something delightful. Pretty sure this is a DK weight. I'll have to look it up. And then I have like 5 minis from things I've knit. This is the very first pair of socks I knit. I'm sorry, I'm like walk down memory lane. I didn't even plan a segment called Walk Down Memory Lane. I just have it here. But this is some Lollipop yarn. This is the very first pair of self-striping socks I knit. My husband wound up with them because I accidentally knit them too big for myself. And by the time I found out they were going to be too big for me, I did not want to rip that much back. I was so proud of them. They're actually in the laundry right now because he wears them. We're still having some days cold enough here to wear that. So, you know, whatevs. Sorry, I kind of got off what I was talking about. So let me just rein it on in. I have a few things that I want to ask what you would make with, because I have a few things that I picked up last year. No, I have one set of yarn that I picked up last year that I thought I was going to use for a baby sweater. And when I got home, I read about, it's reading a little brighter on camera. Ooh, actually that looks good on me. When I got home, I read the content, and it is not super wash. So I'm not going to knit any baby things from this. It's 3.5 stitches per inch on a US size 10 to 11. There's 98 yards in 50 grams. This is Classic Elite Yarns Chateau. It's 70% baby alpaca and 30% bamboo viscose. So there's the label. I don't know if this is going to be backwards to you or if it's just backwards to me. So we'll find out. That might be embarrassing. I got 3 skeins because I thought that would be more than enough for a baby sweater, and I was like, oh, I can't use this for a baby sweater. It says hand wash. Hand wash. Nobody wants baby sweaters that are hand washed. So I have 3 skeins of this gorgeous, plump, so soft. I'm thinking it needs to be a hat. I'm thinking it can be a hat and something else, or could it be a cowl? If you could share pattern ideas with me, that would be super. My name is Scrap Bear on Ravelry. I'd really appreciate it. I got this lovely skein of yarn. It's Annandale alpacas, which is really funny because I live in Annandale, Virginia. But anyway, I got this in the Expat yarn swap. My swap partner sent me this. She said the colors all looked bright and happy like my Instagram feed, which, yeah, that's totally me. Love all those colors. It's fantastic. This is alpaca yarn. It's 50% alpaca, 30% merino, 10% silk, and 10% nylon. This is so soft. Now, it is sock yarn, but I kind of want a shawl, and I kind of want super extravagant socks. So, I don't know if it's self-striping. It looks like it might be self-striping, or it might just have a bunch of fun colors in it. It's 3.5 ounces, 437 yards. What would you do with this yarn? Would you make it extremely luxurious socks? Let me know. Okay. I have one more that I just have a general question about because I feel dumb that I don't know, and I can always go back. I went to I have several local yarn stores here. In fact, there's way more in the area than I've been to. I've been to 3. But I went to Nature's Yarns, and I picked up 2 skeins of this Perfect Cotton by Regia. I got it in 2 colorways because I thought I could use some socks out of this, and my hubby could use some socks. And it's cotton. It's a cotton something blend that I think is probably like nylon, and now I've lost the. It's 72% some kind. I'm gonna butcher this. I'm from Alabama originally, you guys. It's 72% Bombval cotton, 18% polyamide, and 10% polyester. It's really soft, and it comes in. They had, I think, one more colorway, and I'm so wishing I bought it. But it has this. My question is, it has this yellow string so that you can make perfectly matching socks. How do you use a string to make perfectly matching socks? Do you start in the yellow? Because when it's pictured, I don't see any yellow. I don't see any yellow. Or because it's a string, is it just saying that you can pull from both ends and make 2 socks at one time? I don't know. Do you know? Have you made any of these? Anyone? If you haven't, do you have this yarn? Do you want to make some with me? Let me know. One more thing that I got from Nature's Yarns, and they're on Lee Highway in Fairfax, Virginia. I got this to make socks. I specifically bought it to make socks in March because of the colors. Because when I went, I was like, St. Patty's Day's coming up. That's good. That's really good color representation right there. It's like, I need something green, and it had these fun blues and yellows, and just a rainbow of green, like from olive, forest, neon, aqua-ish. Just kind of an aqua turquoisey. It's definitely a tealy, greeny blue. Whatever. Don't know my colors, apparently. And it's by Hand Painted Knitting Yarns. There's the tag. I feel like, based on what I know from the Grocery Girls, you'll be able to read this just fine. If not, so sorry. Anyway, it's 100% superwash Cordell. So it is superwash, but there's no nylon. And so I posted on the Knit Girls Facebook page and asked, I think it was them, I asked if I could make socks out of this, and they said yes, but they might felt. I'm too new to know what I'd do if my socks felt. Do I just wear them? Am I fine with them? How long can I wear them until I throw them away? What would you do with this? Would you make a foresty shawl out of it? What? I don't know. What would you do? Let me know. Let me know what you would make. I had a yearly checkup, doctor's appointments. That's what the Band-Aid's about right there, you guys. And then the third and final yarn shop that's near me is going out of business. Now, I'm not terribly sad about this because she's not going out of business because she's not making money. She's going out of business because she's been there for 40 years and she's retiring. So that makes me feel not so bad. The yarn shops near where I live all seem to be doing very well. And so she started having sales on things, and it's, you know, it wasn't that much off, but she was close, and there were some things I wanted to try, so I went by. And so I'm going to show you my needles and notions first. These Brittany knitting needles, crochet hooks, these cable needles. There's a set of 3 wooden cable needles that look like giant toothpicks. Okay, I just think these are beautiful. So I bought these because I think they're really classy looking, and I want to knit cables, so you need cable needles, right? This is a little grocery girl enabling, for sure. But this is a long circular stitch holder, and it's only 36 inches, so great for running a lifeline through something or holding my stitches. I kind of wish I'd gone ahead and gotten another one. But do they make them bigger? And why do I need it bigger? Well, I mean, what if I'm making a sweater and I want to hold something to hold it to try it on? That's a case where I need it bigger. These are Addi Turbo lace needles. They're gold. I have some Addi sock rockets somewhere. They work fine for me. I know some people don't like them. I haven't found my favorite knitting needles yet, so I'm gonna try these out. I was needing another set of 2s for something, so I don't even remember what now, but apparently I needed another set of 2s because I only have one really long 2, and I have some thicker, some sport weight sock yarn that I want to knit on 2s. And then I got some Clover mini pom-pom makers. I have some in a bigger size. I think I have the medium size, and I got the minis because who doesn't want to make pom-poms in all sizes? Then I bought some awesome, oh, I thought I had an odd skein. I do have an odd skein. Okay, so I got some more summertime sock yarn. This is Regia Bamboo Color. And this says that it is, I don't really read German, you guys. It's 45% bamboo, 40% superwash wool, and 15% nylon. So I thought those would make maybe good socks for my husband for the summertime. And then these do not match. They are not the same color family. They're real similar, and one of them they didn't have a match for, so I just went ahead and bought them like this because I don't care if they don't match exactly. And I could actually give these to my husband because I don't think he'll even notice. But anyway, so this is kind of pinks and plums, and this one has like browns, and this one has like turquoises. Yeah, so, but it's that same Regia Bamboo Color, and it was just, I haven't tried any Regia yet. Oh, and this I got to make socks for my husband. This is the Kate Fawcett design line Regia, and it's 75% superwash, 25% nylon. These are 50-gram balls, but I love these colors. They're like stormy spring colors. It's reading very well. I'm very happy with that. Okay. And then one more thing. Oh, I just jerked the whole camera, you guys. I'm sorry. Also sorry I gave you a close-up of my arm. I got one more thing that I had never heard of. This is Wisdom Yarns Picks. It says self-patterning yarn creates a Fair Isle pattern. 75% superwash, 25% nylon. And this looks like Christmas time to me. And so my plan for this skein is to do Christmas socks in July. In July, I want to have a Christmas in July knit along with you guys. So let me know if you would like that. I would like it because that way I can knit some Christmas socks and maybe have some for the holiday season. Look, I found both ends. Nope, I can never find the inside end of the yarn. Somebody help me with that. Can you help me? I know it's possible. I know you're supposed to be able to just tug it down. And I think they said if Is it right that if your outside yarn's one direction, your inside yarn will be the other? It has to be here. It has to be here. Okay, so I'm going to quit looking for that right now because this is for July, but it's picks. If you've ever knit with this, let me know. Oh, the color is called Cake Party. It says it just like that. It's Cake Party. Okay, so anyway, other than that, let me tell you a little bit about myself. We're hitting the 30-minute mark, which is, what I usually like out of a podcast, so I'll try to keep this brief. My day job is in a veterinary hospital. I'm an animal nurse, pretty much, veterinary assistant. I love my job. I live in Northern Virginia, but I'm originally from Central Alabama. I'm from Clinton. I went to school for a little while at the University of Montevallo about a long time ago, and I went to the University of Alabama at Birmingham for a couple of semesters. I have several knitty friends online. I'm Scrap Bear on Ravelry and Instagram, and that's pretty much where I hang out. I have a Twitter, but I just push my Instagram to Twitter because I don't tweet a lot. I don't read a lot of Twitter. I don't have a problem with Twitter. It's just I tend to think in longer sentences. Northern Virginia, the area where I live, is called Annandale, and it's just a very short drive or metro trip to Washington, D.C. I'm currently married. Will be 2 years in December, so I'm kind of a newlywed. It's my second marriage. I was widowed a few years ago, and then I got remarried. So enough about me. Let me guys know by liking and subscribing to the podcast if this is pretty cool with you. I'll try to make it bigger and better every time, or until I feel like it's gotten to a nice place. But I'm super excited, and I hope you have a great crafty week, and let me know what you're working on. Okay? Peace out.